How's it going, everybody? I am Money here, and today I'm going to tell you guys how I caught the clap on V-Day. I was on vacation in Vancouver where I spent most of my vacations. During the time, I was a contractor, and I met up with two of my best friends who were guys, and we met up with three females who were also best friends. And we all chose, and apparently I chose wrong because I met this girl, and she was the sweetest little thing. She wasn't necessarily my type, but after going 8-9 months without any JJ, I didn't necessarily have much of a type. Don't get me wrong, she was attractive, just not my type. She was Palestinian, I believe, and when we first met, she was explaining to me how she was a Muslim, and she was just so innocent seeming, and she was younger. And when eventually we got to the point to where we kicked it off and we had good conversations, and then fast forward to later that night, we're messing around and she's taking off her clothes, and eventually she gets down to the panties and she's like, hey, you know, I don't want to go too fast or go too far because I'm a virgin. Now keep in mind, this does sound pretty legit considering she's like 20 years old and she's a Muslim, and they're very, very religious and they stick to their core values. At least in my mind. I didn't realize later on in life that that is literally bullshit. So after the first night of just making out basically and feeling around each other, fast forward about 2 days and eventually the deed is done. And this is going to be February 12th. So between February 12th and February 14th, we're basically messing around, and for some reason I'm not utilizing a condom even though I purchased 2 packs of condoms just for this particular trip. But in between February 12th and February 14th, she explained to me that she had an ex-boyfriend. And this ex-boyfriend didn't get very far. They messed around, and essentially the furthest she'd got sexually was the tip. Now that sounds fucking stupid, but after 8-9 months of any vagina and me not necessarily caring what the fuck she's talking about, just being more concerned with her getting undressed, I kind of threw it to the side and I didn't think anything of it. Now fast forward to February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, and that very morning I wake up and she's on the phone. She essentially wakes me up and she's not really having a conversation on the phone. All she's doing is yes, no, okay, are you sure? So I get up and check on my friends who are making breakfast, and they're all chilling in the living room, and we sit and talk for about 10-15 minutes, and I go check on the girl because I want to see what she's doing, and she's still on the phone. Yes, okay, I don't know how that's possible. So then I leave the room and I go back to the living room, and then after another 5 minutes I go back into the bedroom where she's finally getting off the phone, and she says to me, we need to talk. I say, you know, it's not even an issue because I already googled it and there's a Planned Parenthood less than 2 miles away from here. Now she's looking at me kind of crazy and she's like, that's not what the issue is. I haven't taken a pregnancy test. And I'm like, good, dodged a bullet. She says, we still need to talk, and she says, I have chlamydia. And in my mind, I'm thinking, how the fuck is that possible considering you're a virgin? And like any young person, she continues with this lie of, well, my ex-boyfriend, he put the tip in and the tip of his penis must have been contaminated with chlamydia. So I'm like, okay, that sounds fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid. But there's really nothing I can do about it because I'm on vacation and I do not have medical coverage over in Canada. Not to mention, for my company, if I was to utilize it, I would have to explain it and I'd be in some deep shit. So oddly enough, I'm not upset because I'm just a carefree person, and I go out into the living room and I tell my friends, dude, I got chlamydia, and they're like, for real? And my friends are kind of wondering, like, how did I catch chlamydia from a virgin? And they dubbed it the Immaculate Conception, and that is technically what we call the story ourselves. And my friend explained to me that all you need is a penicillin shot and it's not permanent. So oddly enough, after we have our little conversation, she's still sitting in the living room like shocked. She assumed the conversation was gonna go a lot worse than what it did, and I was pretty much careless. So we went out and we ended up buying fucking flowers for all the girls for Valentine's Day. So we get back, I give her some flowers, and she's like, wow, that's really sweet, you bought me flowers, it's best Valentine's Day ever, but I feel really bad because I didn't give you anything. I said, no, you gave me the clap, the gift that continues to give. So that was my little story on how I got the clap on V-Day. Hope you guys enjoyed. When I got back overseas, all I got was a penicillin shot and it was good to go. And that's all taken care of. Catch you guys next time. I am Money out.